In the last episode, Alicia followed the zombies with hope, searching for Padre, but what she found was Victor's building instead, filling her with despair. After the nuclear explosion, many facilities in the bunker were damaged, and Alicia decided to leave the underground with Arnold and others. Alicia led them to find the zombie Vasquez had turned into, believing that finding Vasquez would lead them to Padre. However, during the search, over 20 people died, causing strong dissatisfaction in Arnold. Arnold then split from Alicia with a group, becoming what the survivors later called the Stalkers. With so many lives lost and no Padre found, Alicia began to doubt her suitability as a leader. Now, discovering that Victor killed Will, Alicia's fighting spirit was reignited. She planned to go to war with Victor and take over his building.
Then we're going to war.
Realizing that the people and weapons from the submarine were insufficient, she sought to collaborate with Arnold but was rejected and chased by him instead. During the escape, Alicia fell into a feverish coma by the roadside. Due to gaps in the original story, I've organized the main plot, so please forgive any discrepancies. When Alicia woke up, she was in a bed, her mind still groggy. Strange music filled the room, and her prosthetic limb lay nearby. She realized she had earplugs in, and upon removing them, the music grew louder. Alicia didn't know where she was, but her prosthetic had become her weapon. She picked it up, ready to investigate. She shouted but received no response, only deafening music. On the first floor, she found the door open. Her body was still weak, so venturing out would be nearly suicidal. After closing the door, she noticed footprints on the carpet, leading her to a man playing the piano with a large speaker blasting music. The man, oblivious to the approaching zombie, continued playing. Alicia yelled to turn off the music, but Paul didn't hear her. She had no choice but to pull down the player overhead, stopping the music abruptly. Paul then realized the zombie and killed it with a pen, but Alicia received no thanks. Paul looked at the broken player.
What did you do?
Unconcerned about the unconscious Alicia. When Alicia woke up again, she felt much better. Paul was repairing his player. Alicia asked how she got there, but Paul didn't respond until she tapped him. Paul explained he was deaf and could only understand lip reading but needed Alicia to speak slower. From Paul, Alicia learned she had been unconscious for 2 days. Paul had found her passed out in a barn 2 miles away and rescued her. Alicia had been feverish the entire time. Despite Paul's use of many medications, her fever persisted. Alicia didn't elaborate. She only wanted to leave quickly because strangers could be the most dangerous. But after 2 days of unconsciousness, her body was incredibly weak. Alicia was very wary of Paul. Paul said, "You're in no condition to go anywhere," and handed her a bottle of fever-reducing medicine. Seeing Paul's care, Alicia let down her guard a bit. Paul introduced himself as a musician who loved Beethoven. Suddenly, Alicia thought she heard something. Pulling up the mattress, she saw Arnold and his men searching the area. Alicia urgently told Paul to hide her and make sure they didn't find her. Arnold was pounding on the door outside. Paul opened it to face them. Arnold explained they were looking for a feverish woman. Paul noticed the many zombies caged on their vehicle, a clear sign they weren't good people. Arnold, uninterested in Paul's words, led his men inside to search. He immediately noticed the fever medicine, but Paul dismissed it, saying everyone has such medicine at home. After searching, they found nothing, unaware that Alicia was hiding in an unexpected place. One piano key didn't produce sound. Clearly abnormal, but Paul's calm response didn't raise Arnold's suspicion. Arnold left a walkie-talkie with Paul, instructing him to report any clues. After this ordeal, Alicia realized Paul was a good person worth befriending. Not only did Paul not betray her, but he also made her a delicious dinner. Paul revealed, "The nuclear explosion took my wife, and I lost my hearing." He asked Alicia to go out with him the next day to look for a new sound system. Music was his life, even if he couldn't hear it. To repay his kindness, Alicia agreed. The next day, Paul took Alicia to a concert hall where he used to perform before the apocalypse. He talked about his wife, a violinist. While he was a pianist, they had learned a new instrument together, the bagpipes. His wife's wish was to play Beethoven's Ode to Joy on the bagpipes, but now that opportunity was gone. Alicia sympathized with him and invited Paul to come with her. He could live with everyone and help take down Victor's building. Before Paul could answer, Alicia heard noises outside. She told Paul to stay inside and make no sound. When Alicia went out, she saw Arnold's vehicles. As she turned around, someone already had a gun pointed at her. It seemed these people had been lying in wait. Arnold uncovered a tarp to reveal zombies dressed in uniform. all of whom had been sacrificed while searching for Vasquez. Arnold's intention now was to make Alicia join them. He ordered his men to capture Alicia and lock her in the vehicle. Arnold accused her. "They died because of you, because you promised them they'd find that place called Padre." As Arnold was about to open the vehicle door, his palm was shot through. Paul emerged with a gun, shouting for Alicia to get down. With the door opened, the zombies staggered out. The stalkers were too busy dealing with them to worry about Alicia. Paul aimed to shoot Arnold but hesitated, fearing he might hit Alicia, who was also fighting zombies. Eventually, Arnold managed to escape. That night, instead of fleeing with Alicia, Paul dismantled the room's soundproofing. He was determined to help Alicia eliminate Arnold for good. Soon, Arnold and his men returned. Paul gave Alicia earplugs and turned the music volume to maximum. As Arnold was about to enter, the blaring music made him reel. He kicked the door open, but Paul was already waiting. However, Arnold skillfully dodged the fatal strike. Alicia noticed zombies converging on the location. Arnold chose to temporarily retreat, unwilling to become fodder for the zombies. Zombies quickly entered the house, and Paul started shooting, but his bullets were limited. Alicia had to use her prosthetic limb as a weapon. Soon, Arnold and his men sneaked in through the back door. Paul and Alicia had to shift positions and engage in guerrilla warfare. With the music too loud for the stalkers to hear anything, Paul took advantage of his knowledge of the terrain. He then spotted Arnold with his back turned and drew a dagger to approach him, but as the sound system sparked and failed, the music stopped, making Paul's footsteps audible. Arnold turned and aimed his gun at Paul. The situation was tense. As Arnold fired, zombies lunged at him. Paul was hit in the abdomen. Alicia quickly moved him to another room. Alicia wanted to help stop the bleeding, but Paul urged her to leave. As he had long been indifferent to life and death, he advised Alicia to believe in herself because many others still trusted her. With the sound of breaking doors growing louder and Arnold's men surrounding the outside, any attempt to escape through doors or windows would be noticed. To cover Alicia's escape, Paul played the bagpipes, performing the ode to joy his wife had always wanted to play. When Arnold finally entered the room, Alicia was gone. The outcome was predictable. Alicia fled the house, running determinedly towards the submarine. With Paul's cover, Alicia managed to escape Arnold's pursuit. By the time she reached the vicinity of the submarine, she couldn't hold on anymore and fainted. When Alicia woke up, she was already inside the submarine, still sweating profusely. Ever since her arm was amputated, Alicia had been feverish every day. Morgan asked if she had managed to persuade Arnold to join them. Alicia replied they refused to cooperate. "Without them, it's hard to confront Victor, but I think I've come up with a new approach that can gather enough people and weapons," she said as she prepared to take some supplies and leave. Morgan was curious about Alicia's method. As she packed, Alicia explained, "I need to go back to the bunker. There's a radio transmitter there, and I want to use it to contact survivors scattered outside. I thought that zombie would lead us to Padre, but I was wrong. Now, there are many others like me, determined to find Padre." Morgan thought Alicia wanted to gather these people to continue searching for Padre, but Alicia clarified, "I want to bring them here." Morgan finally understood that Alicia wanted to become Padre herself. Alicia continued, "I'll give them what they want, a safe place to live," referring naturally to Victor's building. She planned to unite these people to take over the building. This time, Morgan didn't object, acknowledging it as a good idea but expressing his desire to go with her. However, Alicia insisted that Morgan stay, and Morgan promised that they would prepare for her return. With that, Alicia left the submarine. The next time they would meet would be when they attacked the building. On the other side, in Victor's building, most ordinary people saw it as an ideal place, including the young boy in front of them. He wanted to join the tower and become a proud cavalryman. When Howard inquired, the boy said his name was Ali, and he was 15 years old. Howard warned, "Becoming a cavalryman isn't as easy as you think. You must pass our assessment. Your task is to find a specific species of butterfly." Ali didn't understand how finding a butterfly could prove himself. Dory, standing nearby, wanted to tell Ali a story to help him understand, but Howard, showing no mercy, interrupted and told Dory, "You're only here to assist me. Don't talk too much." Howard constantly displayed his status. This place doesn't need democracy, only obedience to commands. Ali had a beautiful vision of the building. Believing he must become a proud cavalryman, he rode to the forest to find that special butterfly and quickly spotted one. The task seemed almost too easy. The butterfly landed on a tree trunk, and as Ali stealthily approached, a zombie appeared on the side. Not having much choice, He used a glass jar to capture the butterfly with his left hand while simultaneously eliminating the zombie with his right. It appeared this boy had experienced the trials of the apocalypse. He hurriedly sheathed his knife and carefully sealed the jar. On his way back, however, he saw someone stealing his belongings. Ali drew his gun and scanned the surroundings to check if she had any companions. Once he was sure she was alone, Ali shouted for her to raise her hands. The person, a tall figure wearing a mask, didn't respond but just quietly observed Ali. When a zombie approached, Ali was forced to deal with it first, but the woman suddenly pounced on him, and they struggled together. Ali managed to regain control and demanded the woman remove her mask, which she did, revealing a delicate face. It was Charlie, formerly from the submarine. Ali was curious about what a child was doing here. Charlie explained she got separated from her group and was just looking for food and water. Ali ignored her and picked up his glass jar, relieved it wasn't broken. At that moment, a group of horsemen arrived, led by Howard and a bunch of cavalrymen. They had come to check on Ali because he hadn't returned on time. Charlie immediately recognized Dory. They were old acquaintances. Howard, knowing Charlie was one of Morgan's people, ordered her to be taken away. Dory signaled to Charlie not to worry. Back at the building, Howard told Charlie that Victor was out attending to the building's security. In Victor's absence, I'm responsible for the building's security, so you need to tell me the truth, Howard said. Your encounter with Ali wasn't a coincidence, was it? Did Morgan send you? Charlie admitted Morgan didn't know she was there. She then confessed that she came to find a way into the building, initially thinking Ali might have a map. She just wanted to live there. Dory questioned why she didn't use the phone booth to apply formally. Howard quickly said, Victor wouldn't let her in. I know Victor's former teammates well, and Charlie is on the blacklist. She's a natural actress. Charlie initially planned to sneak in to find Grace and then figure out a way to stay. Charlie stated that she's already 13 years old and that she's been fighting alongside Morgan almost every day. She wants to stay in the building and live a normal life, and she's willing to do anything for it. As she spoke, the phone rang, and Dory answered to find Naomi on the line, reporting a problem in the medical room. It turned out a cavalryman who had gone out with Victor to find something important returned alone, having encountered radiation-infected zombies. He barely made it back alive. Naomi confirmed the injuries were from radiation. Howard asked if the man had found what they needed. The man said the zombies were too numerous, and he only wanted to protect the building, willing to do anything for it. This sentiment made Ali, listening nearby, feel that the building was worth protecting. Ali then prepared to escort Charlie to the detention area, and along the way, they began to get acquainted. Suddenly, a figure fell from the upper floors into the zombie horde below. Charlie was shocked, and Ali rushed to the rooftop, only to find the injured man had jumped. Everyone knew what this meant. Howard remarked that this was Victor's way of doing things and noted the man's willingness to do anything for the building. Charlie wondered what the man had gone out to find and got infected. Howard said that the stalkers attacked them earlier, causing the elevator to malfunction. Victor is eager to find the parts and repair it. Realizing an opportunity, Charlie offered to bring back the parts if they would let her stay. Naomi and Dory opposed the idea, reminding that Charlie was still a child. However, Howard considered it a good proposal. Knowing Charlie's experience with such tasks, he ordered Ali to accompany Charlie the next day on the mission and then dismissed everyone to rest. Except for Ali, he could tell Ali genuinely wanted to join the building. Howard revealed the purpose of pairing Ali with Charlie was to determine if she was a spy sent by Morgan. Ali, a naive youth, felt the building might be different from what he had imagined, especially after the incident with the cavalryman. Still, he agreed to go. The next day, Ali rode with Charlie to the location mentioned by the cavalryman. Just then,
Stalkers.